This video is sponsored by War Thunder. Have you ever gotten so stubborn, so egotistical, that you ended up in a completely stupid situation you could have easily avoided?
Oh, fuck me.
Because that's exactly what I did 3 years ago. I speedran Jak and Daxter. Masquerading as a lighthearted platformer, its any percent category hides one of the most brutal speedruns known to mankind. In fact, 14 of the 15 people who have beaten it are legendary runners of the game with years of experience under their belts. The other hundreds of Jak speedrunners have never been able to complete an any percent run, and most are too scared to even try. I looked at all of this and told myself, it can't be that hard. You piece of shit! What the fuck am I doing today? I'm so cringe. It was, in fact, that hard. This is the story of how I took on Jak and Daxter's impossible speedrun.
I need to stop talking.
It all started 3 years ago when my viewers voted for Jak any percent as the game I needed to speedrun during my subathon. This was a category that took Jak speedrunners years to master. But hey, I'm a seasoned speedrunner with years of experience under my belt. This was gonna be easy. In fact, it was going to be so easy, I made a YouTube video attempting to beat it in 12 hours. It ended about as well as you'd expect. As the 12-hour mark passed, I had to sit there like a loser watching my PS2 overheat. I failed the Jak 1 any percent challenge. Not only did I not complete a single run, I failed even after cheating. And then I promptly forgot about it and went back to doing the fun things, like speedrunning the same 3 Ratchet games and uploading 2 videos a year. Until February 2025, when I remembered a promise I made at the end of that video. If this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll complete a full speedrun of Jak 1 any percent without cheats. Since I was doing a subathon, it was the perfect time to return to this category. I knew from my last experience it was probably going to take me a lot more than 12 hours to beat any percent. Still, I thought it would be fun to celebrate my return with another 12-hour session. Which brings us here to the great 2025 Jak-Off. Let's go over what this run is and why it's so hard. At the start of any percent, Jak spawns at Geyser Rock, the tutorial level. After only a few seconds, the first power cell appears. There are 101 power cells throughout this game, and you normally need to collect a minimum of 76 before the game is over. The keyword, of course, being normally. In any percent, runners collect 8 power cells in total, and 4 of them are obtained right here on Geyser Rock. Upon completing and exiting Geyser Rock, Jak teleports to Sandover Village. Sandover is a hub area. From here, casual players will remember roll jumping to Sentinel Beach or fighting the plant boss in Forbidden Jungle. Our sights are set elsewhere. Instead, we've got a hot date with Fire Canyon. On my first day back, before anything else, I began here. Fire Canyon skip makes or breaks the entire run. It's a 5-minute trick with insanely precise movement that takes countless hours to master. During my last attempt 3 years ago, this is where all of my runs died. After practicing this for a few hours, I was joined by OutrageousJosh. You might remember him from the previous video. Currently sitting at number 3 on the any percent leaderboard, he is one of the greatest Jak speedrunners of all time. He was here to teach me the rest of the game. Just past Fire Canyon skip and power cell number 5, Jak ends up at Rock Village. As the name suggests, a giant rock sits in our way. This is where Josh taught me boulder skip. To get around the boulder, I have to grab this ledge. So I run off the platform, throw out a punch, uppercut, and spin. This is called an extended uppercut, and if I do it just right, I land here. Then I jump up and reach the ledge. Here, we see Claw, the first boss of the game. The Claw boss fight is a masterpiece. It's got everything. It has platform movement. It has giant balls. Alright, listen man, this fight sucks and everyone hates it. But at least we can skip it with idle deload. After getting the Claw cutscene, I head over to Boggy Swamp. I stand on this rock right here and hold the X button. After waiting 30 seconds, this whole level deloads and Jak dies in the void. As soon as Jak respawns, we are now at Mountain Pass, leaving Claw behind us. Why does this happen? Well, when we go over to Mountain Pass and start the Claw cutscene, the game marks Mountain Pass as the save state, meaning the information of that level gets backed up. These save states are used to store information which the game can revert back to. This has a ton of uses. For example, before cutscenes, a save state gets triggered. This is so after the cutscene, all the characters and objects that were moving around in that scene return to their original locations. Similarly, for an idle animation, the game makes a backup save state. After the idle animation is terminated by pressing a button, the game restores everything from that backup save state and cleans up everything else. But here's the catch. When we trigger the Claw boss fight, it creates a backup save state of Mountain Pass. Now we head over to Boggy Swamp and start the idle animation. Usually it would create a new backup save state containing Boggy Swamp. But the trick here is that we hold one of these buttons. For some reason, this prevents the game from making another backup. After 30 seconds, the game runs a cleanup, but it still thinks that we're in Mountain Pass. This deloads Boggy Swamp completely, causing Jak to fall to his death. The important thing to know is that when you deload an active level, you will always respawn at the level stored in the backup save state. So, where does Jak respawn? Well, since we held X, it never rewrote Boggy Swamp as the new save state. The backup save state is still Mountain Pass, so the game spawns us there. But Zem, where in Mountain Pass do we spawn? According to game logic, Jak should spawn at the nearest checkpoint from where he died. Since this rock is just a tiny bit closer to the checkpoint after Claw than it is to the checkpoint before Claw, it ends up spawning us behind Claw with a full view of his disproportionately tiny bum. From there, we take this zoomer through Mountain Pass and into the segue to today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made and is available now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile devices. Take command of over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations. This ranges from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to fighter jets and main battle tanks of today. I choose to play as the United States, since I find learning about my home country's military history quite fascinating. Immerse yourself in intense combat, where detailed vehicles, realistic graphics, and authentic sound effects place you right at the helm of the most powerful war machines of our time. Join a worldwide community of over 95 million players in epic PvP battles today and dive into the breathtaking experience that is War Thunder. With an unmatched wealth of high-quality content to discover, there's simply no game better suited for fans of military history. If you sign up using the links in the pinned comment or video description, you can unlock the massive bonus pack available for new and returning players that haven't played for at least 6 months for PC and consoles. This limited time pack includes the exclusive Eagle of Valor vehicle decorator, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium account to jumpstart your progression. Once again, huge thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video, and now, back to the content. This brings us to Lava Tube Skip, the second hardest trick in the game. In a normal playthrough, you would need to unlock this zoomer so that you can ride over the lava without taking damage. That requires 72 power cells. After Mountain Pass, we only have 6. So here's what we do. We die in lava. Why? Well, our goal is to get far enough into Lava Tube that when we die, it spawns us at the end of Lava Tube. Here's how we're gonna do it. We start here in Spider Cave and collect 50 green eco. This lets us take one extra hit without dying. This is going to come in clutch in just a moment. Going back into Volcanic Crater, we do a crouched jump into this plank. This launches us into the air. We hit the triangle button to zoom in with the goggles, which stalls Jak in midair. Then we line up the crosshair with this rock. Right after unzooming, we do an extended uppercut while holding forward. We carefully maneuver around this strangely phallic rock to go out of bounds. Although we are in Volcanic Crater, this area can be used to just barely access Lava Tube. A surefire way of knowing this is to check if this particular rock texture has loaded in. This means the active level has now changed to Lava Tube. Now we do the second part of the trick. Remember claw skip where we used idle deload? We're going to be doing the exact same thing now. We let Jak hold still for 30 seconds, which makes him perform the idle animation. This creates a new backup save state of Lava Tube. This is important. We will use this later to complete the idle deload. Now we backtrack and pass through a checkpoint that makes Volcanic Crater the active level again. Then we do something called a checkpoint bypass. In a lot of games, the camera is a physical entity just like Jak. I've mentioned this in my Ratchet and Clank videos where we use the camera in all sorts of weird ways. In this game, both Jak and the camera can be used to trigger checkpoints. The trick is to make Jak jump out far enough and swing the camera at the same time. Like this, Jak and the camera extend around the lava tube checkpoint and avoid triggering it. The game thinks that the active level is still Volcanic Crater even as we enter Lava Tube. Now for the dying in lava part. In a normal run, Jak is on the zoomer. But just like my editor when he asks for a raise, I'm gonna make Jak walk on lava. Thankfully, there are a few cold spots within this ocean of hot spots that Jak can safely stand on. We need to go from cold spot to cold spot, taking as little damage as possible. We take one hit right here. It's unavoidable, but here's the good part. Right after Jak takes damage, there's a small window of time before he can lose health again. We use this damage buffer to roll to the next cold spot. This part needs extremely precise movement, and if I mess up even once, I have to restart the whole trick. Jak has taken 2 damage already, and the next one should kill him. But since we got the 50 green eco from Spider Cave, we can survive one more hit. Told you it would come in clutch. So we tank 1 more damage and land right on top of this box. These boxes trap scout flies, and breaking all 7 in a level gives Jak a power cell. But instead of breaking it, we do something way cooler. Enter Scout Fly Boosted. By walking slightly off the edge of the box, we can use a momentum boost to launch Jak over a great distance. We punch, uppercut, and spin to get Jak to this final cold spot. And then we do nothing. We wait until Jak does his idle animation again. We can't see it from here, but it means that Volcanic Crater has deloaded. Now we punch into the lava and die. Since Volcanic Crater has deloaded, the game can't spawn us there anymore and refers to the backup save state. This data tells the game to respawn Jak at Lava Tube. But where in Lava Tube? It turns out all the distance we covered to the last cold spot puts us just close enough to the last checkpoint of Lava Tube. And thankfully, the game logic assumes you could never reach this spot without riding the zoomer. So when you respawn, you plop on a fresh zoomer and drive safely to the finish. And that's Lava Tube Skip. If Lava Tube Skip seems hard, that's because it is. I remember when LTS was discovered about 9 years ago, and it broke the game so hard it created its own category. And still, this is not even close to how hard Fire Canyon Skip is. So right after practicing these sections, I went back to grinding Fire Canyon. During the last few hours of the day, I got a bit more confident and started trying actual runs. And as expected, literally all of them died at Fire Canyon. And that's how my first day of the subathon ended, with no runs on the board. Not that I really expected to get it on the first day. Josh told me that even he gets Fire Canyon skip once every 50 tries on average. But I will say, it lit a spark somewhere within me. I could feel this challenge was going to be brutal, but that only fueled me. Over the next few days of the subathon, I kept going back and practicing again and again and again. 12 hours became 15, then 17, then 20. Hours turned to days, but one thing never changed. I still hadn't skipped Fire Canyon. Not even once. Let us finally address the elephant in the room. What is Fire Canyon skip, and what makes it so difficult? FCS lets us bypass the 20 power cell requirement to enter Rock Village. Similar to Lava Tube, you are supposed to do this section on a zoomer, but we don't have time to collect enough power cells. So we jump straight in. This is where it differs from Lava Tube. Over there, the hotspots kill Jak no matter what. But here, Jak keeps bouncing infinitely. The death only registers once Jak goes near a cold spot. There is a collision mesh around Jak that constantly detects cold spots nearby. As soon as it touches one, Jak instantly gets magnetized to it, lands, and dies. Meaning, if we stay only on the hotspots and make it all the way to the end of Fire Canyon and then die, we can move to the next level. Standing in our way is a gatekeeper unlike anything else. Meet the Four Horsemen. Named after the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, these are 4 areas with cold spots so hard to get around that all runners know them. The first obstacle is this bridge with an orb crate. Also referred to as First Crate, the angles needed to bounce around the crate feel like luck even though they're not. This is where the large majority of resets will happen. If you somehow make it past First Crate, you are met by another bridge with an orb crate. Second Crate is more forgiving since this bridge is much wider than the first. The third horseman is the ramp. It sits close to the canyon's right wall with dark eco crates blocking the left path. We need to do 2 very precise jumps to get around it. The final obstacle is these dark eco crates. Touching the top is instant death. However, with exact timing and spacing, Jak gets pulled into the side of the crates, detonating the stacks and staying alive. All 4 of these are hard. But if I had to rank these on difficulty, I would say Second Crate is the easiest, Dark Eco Crates are second easiest, Ramp is second hardest, although I'd say it requires the most skill of the 4, and First Crate is absolute bullshit, so it gets the top spot. Fire Canyon attempts were hell. I died on First Crate more times than I can remember. The times where I somehow miraculously got past it, I died at Second Crate. FCS is so hard because it's unlike anything else in the game. Claw Skip has idle deload, learn it and you're done. Lava Tube Skip, just memorize the cold spots. But Fire Canyon? Well, that's a big problem. The setup for the First Crate starts all the way back at the beginning of Fire Canyon. At the start, I load a file and time some precise jumps to start the lava bounce. Then, before Jak runs out of health, I spin him a few times and turn him around. As I guide him towards First Crate, I tuck him into this nook. I send him forward with the aim of getting him to land at this exact spot. As I hit the spot, I hold straight forward, and this is why I turned Jak around. For some reason, Jak moves faster going backwards than he does going forwards. With this extra speed, I'm barely able to land here and here. These are the only 2 spots Jak can land on. If I land anywhere else than these 2 spots exactly, I either land on the box, fall in the lava, or hit this random cold spot. In all 3 cases, death. Second crate requires me to position Jak around here and line up the camera with the edge of the bridge. Then I jam the stick up and bounce 1, 2, 3 times, holding slightly upright on the third bounce. As I said before, second crate is the easiest of the 4, and that's because the third bounce is really the only tricky one. The ramp takes skill. Just after second crate, I wedge Jak against this rock wall. On the first bounce, I hold up to align Jak perfectly against this divot. Then I let go of the analog stick. This cuts Jak's speed to 0, making the setup consistent. Now, let's think musically for a second. Jak lands on 1 and reaches the top of his bounce on 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. On 1, I hold left. On 2, I let go. I'm aiming for right here. On 1, I hold a little more up left. On 2, I let go. This time I'm aiming for right here. On 1, I hold up left, and if I spaced Jak perfectly, I make it past ramp. I have to hit the analog stick at exactly 1 every time, or else I don't build enough speed to make it. I have to let go of the stick at exactly 2 every time because I can't carry any speed when I land. This spot is evil, and this spot is stupid. Even though this corner looks innocent, it's actually slightly bigger than it looks, so I can't even trust my eyes. Ramp has the steepest learning curve of the entire trick. Now at dark eco crates, I line Jak up where these 3 lava lines meet. I hold forward and bounce twice. If done correctly, I smash into these crates on the way up and destroy them. Then I position Jak according to which way he's facing. If he's facing left, I put him to the left of these pebbles. If he's facing forward, I put him on the pebbles. If he's facing right, I put him to the right of the pebbles. I arc him up left, and on the second bounce, I come in on the left and smash into these crates. And even if you clear all 4 horsemen, the ending is somewhat chokeable. You've got to move carefully around this scout fly box and this very last crate. Then you swing the camera around to hit the checkpoint and you land on the ground. Jak gets the sweet release of death, and I get a power cell. Every single part of this trick is hard, and executing all of this in a row without messing up once is pure pain. I am not saying this lightly. I have been speedrunning for almost half my life. I don't know every trick in every game, but in my deep experience, I have never seen a trick come close to the difficulty of Fire Canyon Skip. But quitting was no longer an option, and so I kept at it. Hour after hour, I tried and I tried. It was now day 26 of my subathon. Despite the difficulty, my confidence never wavered, and I truly believed any run could be the run. Now, obviously, you've been seeing me bald in many clips so far this video, but this particular day, not only was I bald, I was also cosplaying as Pitbull.
Dale.
This song sucks, Pitbull. Why did you make it? Listen, man, they can't all be winners. I like to see you write hit after 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 hit. All right, I'm allowed a stinker to Dale. You actually want to know why I wrote this song? I wanted to win a bet to see if I can make a hit out of shit lyrics and shit music and shit everything. And you know what? I still did it because I'm Mr. Worldwide. How's Miami this time of year, Mr. Worldwide? Dale. It should also be noted that at this point in the subathon, I had completely lost my mind. Can I get We Are One by Pitbull added to the queue for a 5-sub bribe? Dale. You can get whatever you want for 5 gifted subs. I'll even give you a Ferrari and a tug job. I'll send you a Ferrari in the mail, and I'll give you a tug job when you least expect it. Angry German with the 4 months. Dale's in chat.
Dale.
And say it with anger for Angry German. Dale. Dale. Say it with all the hate in your heart. Dale. After practicing a bit, I started trying actual runs. My subathon had clearly taken a toll on my brain and my voice, but knowing I was so close to the end filled me with excited energy.
Hey gamers, make sure you get your predictions in on whether I'm gonna get Fire Canyon skip today. Dale!
Mr. Worldwide!
Que me gato prenda los motores. Súmale mama para que me gato prenda los motores! Oh! Zip view slip. I'm gonna fall on top of yo girl. It's like fucking ass o'clock in the morning. Dale! Just my favorite time of the night, if you ask me.
Today was the day. Today, the culmination of my hard work would finally put this 3-year journey to rest.
Can we get up?
Mr. Worldwide!
Yeah!
I died at the first crate a few times, but shrugged them off and kept trying. And then...
I will make the world of Twitch kneel before me. I will make them kneel in a way that will make them go, holy fucking shit. I don't even know what is happening to me anymore or my body. And before you know it, I shall rise over the ashes. My buddy just told me. I am worried I just hurt my voice. Hold. Okay. I'm actually like... I'm actually like... legit worried I just hurt my voice. I shouldn't have been yelling. No, Radu, it's not like that. I think it's not just because of that, dude. It's because I've been fucking talking non-stop for 26 days. And I think that might have been the final straw. I'm really worried I hurt my voice. I gotta look something up. If it's not obvious, why am I... Oh, fuck me. Fuck. I think I'm... I don't know what to do. I'm really not sure what to do. Fuck me. I need to stop talking. Okay.
My subathon had been the best month of my streaming career, but it all came crashing down. 26 days of non-stop yelling and cheering, and I didn't even have a completed Jak any% run to show for it. And through my own negligence, I had potentially ruined my voice box for the rest of my life. I had to take a deep look at the decisions that got me here. With nothing but quiet and time to reflect for 4 weeks, I made some stunning realizations. The first and most glaring was that I wasn't taking my own health seriously. Thankfully, I was incredibly lucky and there was no permanent damage to my vocal cords. Although, after 26 days of nonstop yelling and screaming, I did have to rest my voice for about 2 months before it went back to normal. But it wasn't just my physical health, it was my mental and spiritual health too. My patterns of behavior as a person up until this point were wildly out of whack. I would constantly overwhelm myself with menial bullshit tasks that felt productive in an effort to distract myself from the actual important things, like life goals, family, friends, sleeping well, and getting plenty of sunlight. I realized that instead of rushing to get a bunch of useless shit done, it was better to focus and devote myself to whatever I was avoiding. And yes, that includes Jak Any %. I've garnered a reputation over the years of being a guy who makes a ton of promises and then never follows through on any of them. Case in point, I made a promise to my community 3 years ago to beat this, and then I never did. I had shied away from doing the hard things in life. I kept telling myself that when the conditions would be perfect, I'd do it, just not now. But now, it seems obvious. There would never be a perfect time. I had to accept that this would, in fact, be the hardest gaming challenge of my life, and the reason was simple. This speedrun doesn't just punish mistakes. It punishes the kind of person who makes them. And that meant I would need to change. That's when I made the decision that before this year was over, I was getting this run done. I want to show you guys that Zem is, above all else, a man of his word. But before I could come back to Jak 1, I had a lot of other things that needed to be fixed. And I recognized that I needed help. So in the meantime, I got coachings from 2 very important people, Bobbykaze and Sir Jazzberry. 2 of the most accomplished Jak 1 runners of all time, and certainly 2 of the smartest minds at Fire Canyon Skip. They both helped me refine my understanding of this trick, especially on first crate. They helped me understand that I was making my life harder than it needed to be. When going past the crate, I was turning both the Jak and the camera, and that gives me more room to mess up. By keeping the camera still and only slightly adjusting Jak, my consistency shot up enormously. Massive shoutouts to these boys. I love and appreciate you both. This takes us all the way to June, when I announced on stream that I would be spending the entire summer on Unfinished Project. This was a 3-month task to see how many of the promises I had made over the years I could actually get done. On that list was Jak 1 and my subathon that would have made it all the way to day 30. So in July, I gave my audience 5 more days of non-stop streaming. On the very last day, July 30th, I booted up Jak 1, and for many more hours, I struggled. Until the very end of my subathon, when something incredible happened. Oh my god! This might be the run. We got past box 1 for the 4th time today. Hold on, I'm locked in. I want to at least hit position 2. And I want to give an honest attempt at position 3. It's okay to fail, it's not okay to not do my best here. Two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. No fucking way! Hold on. That's okay. That's okay. Almost had it. Hey, not bad for the first day back. Not bad at all. I'm coming back to this tomorrow, man. I can't end on that. What needed to change within me over the last few years is evident if you look at my reaction to choking right at the bitter end. Was I upset that my run died at the perfect moment? Yes, of course I was. And a less mature version of me would have pitied myself and let that choke devastate me. But now, with my head squarely on my shoulders, I saw that moment for what it was, a data point. A frustrating one, certainly, but it was proof that I was close to breaking through. I would accept defeat graciously today, knowing I had done my best, and I would try again tomorrow. And tomorrow came, and try I did. After practicing Fire Canyon for around half an hour, I started my run. After passing Sandover Village, it was time for Fire Canyon. As per the usual, I died at first crate a couple of times, got past it once, and immediately died at second crate. But then, at 22 minutes and 24 seconds... Beautiful. Two and 1 and 2. Yes. All right, we're past 2. Now we're going to ramp. This is the most skill-intensive part of Fire Canyon. One and 2 and... Okay. We've been here before. Okay. Now it's just this part. Focus up. Trust yourself. You know what to do. Now we just don't choke. This is the last part. This is the last spot I can possibly choke this. Come on. Come on, spawn in the correct spot. That's fucking Fire Canyon skip, baby. That's motherfucking Fire Canyon skip. Yes! Yes! After 57 hours, I finally did it. Holy shit. Okay. I don't remember how to play the rest of this game. I don't know how to do fire or a lava tube skip anymore. And now all I had to do was not fuck up the rest of the run. Thankfully, with Fire Canyon skip out of the way, after 57 hours of trying, time was on my side. Okay, nice. What do I do now that I'm here at Claw? Am I in? Okay, now we have the checkpoint for Claw. And now we're gonna do what's called idle deload. I gotta find the right rock. It's this one. And now we're just gonna hold X for 30 seconds. There we go. And we skip Claw. All right, Mountain Pass time. After Fire Canyon, Mountain Pass was a breeze. I went into Spider Cave, I grabbed the 50 green eco, And now it was time for lava tube skip. Okay, we at least got an uppercut out of that. Now, why didn't I get a lot of speed out of that uppercut is the next question. The last time I played any section not called Fire Canyon was 5 months ago, so I had genuinely forgotten how to play the rest of the game. Naturally, I messed up a couple dozen times. But the wall I was bashing my head on showed signs of cracking. After bouncing and edging on Fire Canyon for all these months, we're finally ready to bust. Oh, nice. Okay. And we're in there. Let's do it here and now. Okay, scout, fly, boosted. Okay, take it slow. It's a boosted. You're walking off and you're hitting X, square and X very quickly after one another. Please! Yes! 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 Okay. Okay, we just gotta stand here. This is far up enough, yes? This is far up enough. We get the idle animation. I'm holding X. I thought I saw it just now. It looked like a stutter. I just got it, right? I can die now, right? Die. Okay. With pleasure. Come on, baby. Come on. Yes! With Lava Tube out of the way, we reach Gol and Maya's Citadel, the last level. Featuring spinning platforms, interactive puzzles, you know the developers put a lot of time into this. So yes, we're skipping it. Thankfully, this is the easiest one of the bunch. So, Gol and Maya's Citadel. Let me make sure I've got this 100% correct. So we enter the cutscene. We press triangle, we save, and then we load. That's all I have to do, right? Okay. Enter the cutscene. Press triangle, don't move. Press triangle, don't move. Save. And we're done with Lava Tube. And then load. Okay, and now I hit this, and then as the thing is coming down, I press R2 as it lands on me, right? Just hit it in triangle? Oh my god. Yeah! Let's go! Yes! Oh my god. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. And all that was left was the final boss, but not before one last little death abuse. I'm gonna guess where I can jump off of this. I'm gonna guess it's right here. Nah. Yes. Okay. Okay. Alright, gamers, hold on. All I have to do is just get the white eco. Give me this shit, man. Where is it? Drop your eco. Whoa! Oh, wait, shit. It's not over. Wrong button. Oh my god, white eco, white eco, white eco. Give it to me! I demand your eco, and I demand it right now. Give it to me. GG! GG! Yes! Oh my god. I've never been so happy to get such a last place speedrun. For most of my life, I never pushed myself to do things that truly scared me. Or worse, I would get 90% of the way, and then I'd quit right before winning. For years as a content creator, I stayed right in my comfort zone, speedrunning Ratchet and Clank. And for years, I watched braver creators than me blow up and completely surpass me. All the while, I stayed in place, scared to leave the safety of my small little bubble. But this challenge taught me that in order for my life to change, I needed to change. And someone that needs to change can never quit. It took me 3.5 years, and I fucking did it. I know at the end of the day, this is just a video game, but I really do believe this applies to life too. Any day can be the day you decide things are gonna be different. So many of us wait around scared, hoping for a sign. This is your sign. Decide who you are today, make a change, and never look back. This video wouldn't be possible without War Thunder, so shout out to them again for sponsoring today's video. Speedrun to your console and check out War Thunder now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, or on mobile, and use my links in the pinned comment or the video description to register. Those of you who are new or haven't played for 6 months will also receive a massive bonus pack across PC and console, including multiple premium vehicles, in-game currency, and more. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. Thank you as always to my patrons, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who has supported me over the years. The best is yet to come.
Dale.